This is the Obsessed Compulsive Gamer, the O.C.G, and I'm here playing, I guess, at Alan Wake 2. It's been a while.
To the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Fucking absolutely. I honestly think that Alan Wake 2 is the best game they've ever made. Obviously, it's highly subjective, but for my money, Alan Wake 2 is the peak remedy. And without a doubt, one of the greatest games ever made. I think Alan Wake 2 is fucking incredible. Oh man, it is so fucking great. And it sets a new fucking benchmark in graphics. Just by the only thing I can say negative about this game is that it puts a much heavier emphasis on story than most horror games. It's not a walking simulator by any means, but a lot of people kind of expect their horror games to be They had to release a patch of one scene. Here, let me see. I really wish YouTube would allow more fucking text to be on screen than just one short sentence. It really pisses me off. I'm not sure exactly. But there is some really fucked up shit in this game. There's no doubt about that. This is without a doubt their most graphic game. But honestly, this game is almost fucking perfect. Like, this is as close to a 10 out of 10 as you're gonna get. For me, anyway. They fucking basically fixed all the problems from Alan Wake 1 and highlighted what was the best parts of Alan Wake. While expanding upon it in every way imaginable. I absolutely love Alan Wake, but this game puts it to shame. Yeah. Remedy has always made pretty games, but this game sets a new fucking benchmark. Obviously, it's highly subjective, but I honestly think for my money, this might be the prettiest looking game ever made.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here.
Night Springs!
So good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work.
Like I said, the only thing I would say negative about this game is it is story focused. It's not, like I said, it's not like walking simulator, but it is story focused, and it's a slow burn. It takes a little while to get the ball rolling. But in my opinion, it's worth it. But some people expect a hard game to be. By the time that most hard games are wrapping up, Alan Wake 2 is kicking into full gear. But honestly, I fucking love it. It's one of my favorite games of all time ever.
A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
I think I hear someone. Could be our deputy.
I can go take a look. Hey, over here.
Yeah. They actually lowered the system requirements and made it able to run on lower spec machines. It's very rare you ever hear that happening.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, Federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest accent.
And this is without a doubt probably it's Sam Lake. This is without a doubt the longest game that Remedy has ever done. Most of their games aren't that long. This game is over 20 hours on a first run through, and closer to 30 hours or more if you do everything.
Chad.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton.
They are.
I reckon there are some,
The second DLC, Alan Wake 2 is getting 2 major story DLCs. The first one is Night Springs. It's going to be like a bunch of short stories with popular characters. Each one with their own setup and story, which I kind of dig. I hope we get to, play as they said fan favorite characters. So here's hoping we get to play as Barry. And then the second DLC is going to be a continuation of the main game called The Lake House, and it's going to be set in a control facility. So, in the same way that Control's DLC set up Alan Wake 2, Alan Wake 2's DLC is going to set up Control 2. She's alive.
organs that are currently...
In fact, that's the sacrifice that he made. He basically swapped places with her.
outside the victim's person when they should be, but inside.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took him back to town a while ago.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell him I'm here waiting. I'll show him around.
They got it, Thornton.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly. The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime.
And on top of which, this game is amazingly fucking optimized for console. Even though this game pushes hardcore visual boundaries in performance mode, this is pretty much a lock 60.
Scene.
So it looks good and it runs good. Yeah.
Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
Yeah, sadly, it is his last case. The guy who played Max Payne died shortly after this game was released. He kept it private until he died, but he, pretty much, for the most part, knew he was going to die. It's honestly kind of heartbreaking. He had cancer. And he had kept the diagnosis to himself, obviously. But they knew it, he knew it. So... he went into this role thinking this was going to be his last. And James Cafferty is such... James Cafferty is not even... James Cafferty is not even just the voice of Max Payne. He has been a huge part in almost every Remedy game. He was the voice of Thomas Zane in the original Alan Wake. He was the Trench, the director of the Bureau in Control. He was a Detective Alex Casey in Quantum Break. Like, just about every single Remedy game had him in it in some form or another in a major role. Yeah. He was personal friends with Sam Lake.
It's too much sky.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially from Cancer. Fucking Cancer got fucking James Cafferty and fucking Kevin Conroy.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
This is also Insomniac's least linear game. This game has a lot of sandbox sequences, not like open world, but it's not nearly as linear as other Remedy games. Which I think was a good decision. This game also has a fucking kick-ass soundtrack.
Did you get lost, Anderson?
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Hey!
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll shove...
I'm trying to get as many of the collectibles as I can as well. Well, you know, I can't blame them in that case because it's fucking Alan Wake 2. People expected Alan Wake. But thankfully, he gets a huge part in this game. In fact, I would say the parts with Alan Wake are probably longer than the entire first game. So this game actually has more of Alan in it than the first game.
A lunchbox again.
When they made it seem like she would be the main hero, I can kind of understand why people were upset. You play as Alan a lot in this game. It's almost like Resident Evil 2, where it's two campaigns that intersect. There are two full campaigns, though, and each one is longer than the first Alan Wake. So, he is not the only star, but he gets a lot of screen time. And what's so great is they basically made two games in one. Alan fights completely different monsters. He gets completely different weapons. He gets 100% different areas. Like, they are totally separate. There's no, like, overlap or reuse content or anything. It's like they made two fucking games. Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. It'll be on sale again, I'm sure. But yeah, this game is fucking awesome. And, you know, I can set your mind at ease. This is not, I'm trying to figure out a way to put it. This is not, you know, like Alan is in the side character. It's more like two stories that overlap. She's in areas from the first game, Bright Falls, and, you know, Cauldron Lake, and a new area, a new town called Watery. He's in the Dark Place. And it's all like neon cities, and it's like based off of his memories of New York. So they are like two separate games, and you have to finish them both, but you can choose and do parts of them, much of the game, in different orders. You have to progress to unlock Alan, but then once you get to play as him, you can pretty much do most of the game in any order and pretty much freely switch between Alan and the saga. Yeah, kinda. Excuse me. And the Allen parts are fucking amazing.
Now, this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. Now, he didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a...
Like I said, this game is fucking incredible.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
It takes a little bit to get rolling, but once it does, this game is absolutely fucking outstanding.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
A creepy twig sculpture?
Wanna start by inspecting the body, Anderson?
And the game embraces the survival horror. It has like a full inventory system. Which honestly I think is the best thing. The original Alan Wake had horror elements, but it was a shooter. This is full survival horror. And honestly, like I said, I think that was the right decision to make. They focused on the aspects of it that were the best and willed away the parts that people didn't care for.
But you're probably trying to joke about it, right? To deflect, hide the truth from the average Joe.
Anderson. Hey, let's get back to work over here, can we?
Wonder what's inside. I should take a look around for a way to open this thing. Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic. Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Yeah, I've heard about that. And heard about how it was a massive flop as well. Seems like he just can't get a break.
The killer left the heart right next to the body. Inside stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
Hey, he was watching. I appreciate you.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Boot prints, indicating multiple killers. Quite the party. Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message? Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago. They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together. Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake, before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just wait here.
I'm playing quality right now. I switch it around just to fuck with it. This is in performance.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think in that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
Did you get lost, Anderson? I didn't know trees got that big.
A witch with no heart. A strange echo of owl murder. Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
It makes no sense.
There's a piece of paper on the ground. A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story.
left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I should profile Nightingale about this page.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what. I want to walk around for a minute.
You know where to find me.
Yeah. That's her hook. As investigation. Meanwhile, Alan's, he can write shit into being.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense. Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside. Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
There's another lunchbox. Did you know this entire area is inside a caldera? This whole mountain used to be an active volcano. Imagine the force it took to carve this crater out of the earth. Calderas are pretty rare, so be sure to take it in.
So, essentially, we're standing in the gaping maw of hell.
You got it. School. I helped Logan build a great baking soda volcano for her science fair.
Cheating on a science fair? That's almost a crime, Anderson.
I'm not gonna say no to quality time with a volcano. I mean, my daughter.
Hey, you made it back. Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination, ASAP.
Well, sure, but the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods.
Yeah, they did such a great job with Bright Falls in this game. The first time I saw fucking Bright Falls, I audibly, like, gasped.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
You'll see what I mean. This game is fucking gorgeous.
Another one of those lunch boxes.
Welcome back, Anderson.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod for a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
Like, Bright Falls in this game is so fucking pretty. It's ridiculous.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery.
Like I said, man.
Need to swing
No,
by
you
the garage
didn't.
To get anything from the field office?
You do a lot in this game,
I'll
though.
park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
I said, this game looks fucking incredible.
The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Hi.
Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie? Don't know, don't care. How much have you had? Not enough. That's how much.
Yeah.
Never enough coffee. Oh, that rich, bittersweet nectar. Get it in Coffee World. Get it where you can. Get it now. Jesus, Charlie.
Not to toot my own horn, but I am pretty darn sure my our float will be the belle of the ball of this year's Deer Fest. Just a few more days.
Like, honestly, this game sets a new fucking benchmark in graphics. It's honestly ridiculous how great this game looks. And the fact that it also runs at 60 frames a second
I'm gonna go check
consistently.
something out.
It's awesome.
Be right back.
Got it.
Yeah, it was a great game. I mean, the what?
My sweets. Now why'd you go and do that? Stomping around like that and scaring the poor little thing. If not for the birds, I might just go.
Another Alex Casey lunchbox?
A little cuckoo, if you will.
I'm trying to, I'm using a guide to make sure I don't miss anything. Because there's a lot of collectibles in this game. I've actually gotten the platinum for this game, but, you know, still I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, actually, they are how you upgrade your guns. Each gun has upgrades. Like, auto fire, increase the magazine 50, size by 50. You can stun enemy, like, the upgrades are actually really good. Unlike in the first game, none of the collectibles in this game are just useless. They all do something.
The days of our lives are fleeting.
And they end in the end. They end.
One of the trophies is missable. One of the brothers commercials you can miss. But other than that, most of the game isn't missable.
Let me guess. The FBI.
And they have Shawn Ashmore. I fucking love Shawn Ashmore.
I got you both some coffee. Oh, it's Washington's finest.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time.
We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff.
That sucks, I'm sorry. Yeah, there it is.
But it's slowed down ever since Coffin Lake was fenced off.
Let me guess. Missing person cases spiked around 2010. The fence was...
The Oh Dear Diner!
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I love that. The jukebox is out of order. The poor old thing can only take so much of the same song being played over and over and over. I'm as big a fan of coconut as the next person, but come on! I love shit like that. And, like, if you look, they even have references in this stuff. The coconut song, but then they have Anger's Remorse, Old Gods of Asgard, Take Control, The Poet and the Muse, like, actual songs from Poets of the Fall and Old Gods of Asgard. It's great. This game has so many little touches. Like, I mean, the lighting in this game is just on a fucking nother level. I don't think I have ever seen better lighting in any game ever.
Rest easy, buddy. It won't open.
Yeah. You actually get a reward if you pet all 12 of them.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay? What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found out. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
The cult of the tree. What aren't the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists. The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth. So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing to me.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing dear friends.
Oh, God. Saga! Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me. I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl? She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird you don't remember. How do you know I have a daughter? Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out...
Man, the facial animations in this game are amazing.
Happens on TV all the time. No. You're mistaking me for someone else. If you say so.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go. Well, Casey.
I mean, I think it's a little bit too soon for it to be delayed. It's hard to explain. Not quite that.
A murder cult. Fuck.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something.
I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guest.
But yeah, like I said, this game is fucking great, but some people didn't like this game because it does put a lot of focus on narrative.
Deerfest.
It's been, what, how long have I been playing? Let me see. An hour, and I have yet to fight a single monster. But for somebody like me that's invested in the story and characters, I love this shit. And I love the fact, I think that's a problem with a lot of horror games, a lot of horror movies. They feel the need to constantly be scaring you every second, okay? When you're constantly going at full gear, it loses all impact. You need to pace it. There needs to be downtime between the major shit.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally.
But yeah, the sheriff is played by Sean Ashmore. He was Bobby Drake, Iceman, in the X-Men movies. He was the main star of Quantum Break. I love Sean Ashmore.
Hey, boss, corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
I'll be right with you, sir.
Oh, this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
Just
anything you
here to
need,
pay my ticket.
just let us know.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
How are you? Agent?
But that's one of the things I really love about this game. Yeah.
The investigation is being taken over by
This game actually connects to Quantum Break in a really clever way.
Oh dear, I am a tourist.
Oh, I love this.
I'm lost in the woods.
There's all these fake infomercials.
Oh no, a bear.
They have these fake fucking infomercials from the Kowalka brothers that are fucking hilarious.
Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh wow, Koskela Brothers Adventure.
I'm sorry, Koskela.
Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right, I'm Ilmo Koskela, Baltic's best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World magazine, and I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Janko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government. And that's why, at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours, we say, fuck the government. We have bolt cutters.
Fuck the government.
You think of everything. And we'll take you anywhere. Hiking through the scenic Elderwood National Park.
These are like so deliberately cheesy and bad. It's amazing.
Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak.
There's like 8 of these you can find throughout the game. They're all fucking hilarious.
One phone call away. Book now to get a 9% discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos.
God, it's little stuff like that, man, that I always love about Remedy.
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
Something about morgues. They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
He's joking.
And this game immediately hits with a fucking boom. Let's see exactly what I mean.
Let's take a look at our patient. I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination. What was the cause of death? What other clues can the body give me?
There's writing on here. Can't make it out.
Writing? How'd they manage that?
The body shows signs of being submerged in water, post-mortem. It doesn't add up. This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy.
Uh-huh. They did leave something inside his chest.
Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us. Chest wound is cause of death, but the corpse is bloated, waterlogged. Doesn't add up. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there? Same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here. No, wait.
Sheriff?
What the hell?
Didn't see her. Could not see into bright light.
I'll make you pay.
He's coming. No weapon. The page set to get into the light. He can't see me in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back. Gotta move. Now.
Vanished.
Oh my god, the soundtrack for this game kicks so much ass. And they made a lot of tunes just for this game. And find my way back home. Like this song was made just for this game. Exactly. I had to go. I fucking love the soundtrack in this game. Night. It's coming to the light. Yeah, music is a huge part of this game. Another deer to follow me out. I am the same. And the lyrics of the song directly relate to her story. So it's not only a kick-ass song, it literally fits and it conveys the theme of the game. Like, the soundtrack for this game stands up to any other soundtrack. And, you know, obviously, I know people talk about the musical number and all that shit, and that is great, don't get me wrong, but, like, the whole soundtrack for this game fucking slaps, and I don't feel like people have given enough attention to that. Like, this song was made for this game. Fucking rocks. And the Alan has a theme that was made just for this game as well.
He didn't have a heart, but he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
He just disappeared? What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that out if we're gonna do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this. Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Yeah.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery. There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward. The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal. Their purpose. These pages are important. Breaker dropped one before he disappeared.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
A dead man turned into a monster. Light
Yeah,
as a way
exactly.
to fight him. Pages predicting the future? There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve.
Yeah, this game has a fucking great soundtrack.
We're dealing with an organized group. The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting. These stashes could contain clues about the cult. Better keep an eye out for more. I need to know more about the cult of the tree if I'm going to shut them down. That's not right.
Like I said, they do a great job in this game having moments of what the fuck and then balancing out with like story moments.
The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
We heard gunshots. Y'all okay?
Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
I love Thornton and Mulligan. They're fucking hilarious.
That's crazy, right, Thornton? Nightingale's heart was missing.
That's crazy, right?
He's dead.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Well, yeah, right. Well, that's all crazy talk. Monsters aren't real, and what do you mean the sheriff disappeared? Like poof? He's gone like magic?
Pretty much.
Magic's not real.
Magic's not real.
No, Thornton. Monsters aren't real.
I just love that. Magic's not real, right?
Magic's definitely not real.
Like, there's so many, like, little fucking pieces of humor in this game that are just awesome.
Can't open this with my bare hands.
They're a fine pair.
Dipshit and asshole. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hey, ammo and med kit.
My client has been held here long enough. Are you gonna let me speak to them or not?
Just a moment, ma'am. Someone will be right with
we have to do this, Walter? Huh? I'm at my wit's end with you. Do you think I like throwing you in jail every other day? No, I don't. Do you have any idea how much paperwork you're causing me? What's a lot? You can sit here and stew for a while. Think about your life choices, buddy. Is it really worth this?
I want out! Something bad's going down. I can feel it.
Well, you're not wrong about that.
Out!
Oh, hey, how's it going, man? That's amazing. I know one of you is stealing toilet paper. I've been counting them, and there's an entire roll missing every day from stock. Theft is taken seriously around here. It's a sheriff station, for Pete's sake. One of these days, I'm going to catch you red-handed, and you better believe you're getting thrown out. What a disgrace you are. And then another paper. What kind of nut counts paper, toilet paper roll? Sounds like you got too much time on your hands. Oh, that's fair.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, Casey?
A smart choice, Anderson.
I also like how they do not fuck around in this game and do the stupid decision. As soon as stuff gets down, they're literally like, call for backup.
Here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead. I'm gonna take a quick look around. Meet you back at the car.
See you in a bit.
Back to Cauldron Lake. Well, actually.
Just getting my bearings. Ready to go?
So what's good here? Any nice restaurants? I'm a bit of a foodie.
Well, the restaurants and shops in town are closed at the moment, unfortunately. They'll have a grand reopening right after Deerfest, though. So if you're sticking around till then...
Oh, I don't think I am. Whatever a Deerfest even is.
It's a fest for deers.
Well, there's always our own restaurant at your convenience.
Hello.
I would love to live at some place like this, man, especially during the fall. That whole, you know, Midwestern, New England kind of fall thing is great. Like Maine. Maine is fucking gorgeous during the fall. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. This game, it honestly looks fucking astounding. And like you should, you should wait until you see fucking Alan's environment. I love Saga's areas, but I think Alan's areas steal the show. They're surreal and fucking spooky.
I feel bad for these guys.
No, it doesn't. Even though I, pretty much always play with 60. It's just nice to switch them around. And, it's lower resolution at 60, obviously. They pare back some foliage, but honestly, it still looks great, and it's worth it for me. And like I said, it runs pretty consistently at 60. Yeah, I really wish they would. I'm not asking that their graphics are state-of-the-art, but man, it would be great if they could just learn to cap a frame rate properly. It's not like it's something that's going under their notice, you know what I mean? Everybody and their mother has complained about it. They obviously know that it's a problem.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Haha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose.
Yeah.
Murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
Alright, man. Yeah, definitely. I'll be here. I'm actually probably gonna take a short break and come back myself.